We've all heard the stories. Stories of those that have passed over, still walking the halls of their homes many years later, returning from the other side with unfinished business, or to help guide those they left behind. Some have seen them. Some have felt their presence. Others have been witness to events that are almost beyond belief. Ghosts and spirits. Those that haunt the castles of spooky tales and strike fear into the hearts of men. But do we really need to be afraid? Are they just figments of our imagination? Legends passed down from generation to generation. One of life's certainties is that when our time comes, we all die. But is death truly the end? Or, as many believe, do our spirits really carry on into an afterlife? Is our belief in an afterlife merely a reflection of our fear of death? There are so many unanswered questions. Our job is to find the answers. And whether you're a skeptic or a believer, we promise you that we are only after the truth. What we catch on film, you can be assured is real. And we will do what we can to show you the proof. During this series, we will travel to many supposedly haunted locations. We will use various methods to try to communicate with the other side. We will invite both skeptics and believers to accompany us on our investigations. And we invite you to join us on our quest for the truth. Who are we? We're Phantom Force. And we dare to scare. Do you? So, you dared to scare. I'm KRISS ELLIS-STANSFIELD, and it's my job to prove the existence or otherwise of the paranormal. During the course of this series, I'll be taking the film crew into the world of the unknown to look for the answers to all our questions. Why? We've all seen the countless programs on TV, people in search of ghosts, exploring haunted locations, catching supernatural activity on film. We often question what we see. Is an orb the first manifestation of a spirit? Or is it just dust? Is glass divination really a way to contact the other side? And is it a spirit that moves the glass, or are people just pushing it? Are mediums just really good storytellers? Or can they really become possessed by spirits? Doubt surrounds the paranormal world, and much of this is due to the frauds and the fakers. Unfortunately, there have been many a hoax over the years through various media, and these days, it's all too easy to do. This poses a problem for the real ghost hunters out there, who are often laughed at and mocked, when all they really want is to find the truth. Like us, we want to help the paranormal world. We want to bring back the trust in those people and groups whose only aim is to find the proof. And we're here to bring this proof to you. We will give you whatever we get. We have nothing to hide. We're not after money or ratings or fame. Should we encounter the frauds, they will be exposed. Phantom Force is about finding the truth. Having seen so many programs and so on television, reading books and magazines and so on of people saying that they've seen ghosts and poltergeists and all these kind of things, I just thought, well, I want to see this for myself. Phantom Force was actually a project that we started in 2005, I believe it was, and there was 3 of us involved in this project, and basically it was just going to be your bog standard running around in the dark looking for ghosts type of series. We had no experience whatsoever with the paranormal at that point, so looking back, it would most likely have been kind of a rip-off of most programs that you see nowadays. But it just so happened that after about 3 episodes I think we shot, none of which were ever edited together, we got involved with a paranormal group, and throughout the time that I was with them, I learnt a lot of stuff. I witnessed a lot of strange things. Down in the bar area all by myself, as you can see, there is nobody around. Is there anyone in this room with me right now? And I mean, some of these things that I had witnessed over the years weren't necessarily paranormal related as such. There were some things that I witnessed that I thought, well, okay, that's not right. There's so many tales of frauds and people making things up, and you can go on the internet and there'll be hundreds and hundreds of videos that people have knocked up on their computers, and it's not that hard to do. So I wanted to do something where I could see these things for myself to find out if they were real or not. I decided to resurrect, as it were, Phantom Force and try to put everything that I learned over the past couple of years into this one series.
When I first heard about Phantom Force, I was pretty excited, intrigued. I love all the paranormal investigation programs on television as it is, and I'm interested in the paranormal myself. So when I heard about the project, I was pretty excited to be involved.
I was really excited. I've been spiritual for as long as I can remember, so to do something with someone that I trust directing it was an amazing opportunity for me.
I went, oh, not another one. There's so many out there. I mean, we're just adding to like many millions of that already, even on TV. But when I got into it, it was pretty good. KRISS had enthusiasm about it, which spurred me on to want to join.
I wanted to create something that was different. I didn't just want to do the investigation of the week type of series that you've seen so many times. I wanted to do something that looked at everything, that explored the paranormal world as a whole, rather than just a different location every week. At the same time, what I wanted to do was try to give people a better understanding of these things and the people involved. I've created the series in a way that it appeals to both skeptics and believers. The series is completely on the fence. We don't run into a haunted location and screaming and shouting that there's definitely a ghost there. We try to take mediums with us on our investigations and try to use the different techniques and so on to communicate with the other side. But that doesn't necessarily mean that we immediately believe there's a ghost. If a medium says to us, yes, there's someone in the room, we don't immediately jump up and go, oh, there's a ghost over there. We just go with it.
You get a lot of skeptics, and you have some people that say they believe, but they've never actually seen anything or experienced something for themselves. So I think Phantom Force are confirming things for those people, maybe questioning the skeptics and just backing up the believers, really.
Phantom Force are a group of very mixed people who are believers and skeptics who all bring something very, very different.
I'm quite on the fence, as it were. I'm doing this for myself as much as I am creating a series for everyone else to watch. So I want to see the truth. If people watch this series and they don't believe it, and I have no doubt that there will be people that will question what we have on our videos, because that's just the way things are with this kind of subject. But we will be searching for the truth. That's all I want, and that's all I'm going to give. If we go into a haunted location and we get nothing whatsoever for the entire night, that's what you're going to see. To start things off, I planned a bit of a test investigation, just for the team to get to know each other and so on. And someone mentioned to me a place called the Grotto. For this particular investigation, we didn't take a medium with us. We thought that just for now we'd go as the team and just see what happened. To be honest, I wasn't expecting much from this place, having not had much history, spirit-wise, activity-wise, as it were. I just thought, well, this probably isn't going to be that exciting, so we'll just go down, we'll do a couple of experiments, and then probably just go home. As it turned out, it was a pretty interesting night. Welcome to Cornwall, just outside the small seaside village of Corsand, where I've brought the team to Watchhouse Field for our first investigation, to a place said by the locals to be very spooky, where a presence is often felt, but never seen. Queen Adelaide's Grotto, known by the locals as simply the Grotto, was built between the late 18th century to early 19th century as a monument for Queen Adelaide and King William. Owned by Mount Edgecombe Estate, it is located between Corsand and Rame Head at a place known as Penley Point. Taking with them a picnic, the family from Mount Edgecombe House were often said to visit the grotto on sunny days, as were local huntsmen who would use the grotto as a meeting place and to shelter from bad weather. During the war, Penlee Battery would have been located very close by, but it is said that the battery never once fired a shot in anger. So how do we explain the presence often felt within the grotto? Could it be the lost souls of those who died during the 17th century, when their ship, HMS Coronation, ran aground between Penlee Point and Rame Head, with serious loss of life? Could it be Queen Adelaide herself, revisiting this place from her past? Unfortunately, there isn't much more history about the grotto, and very little evidence to suggest that the place is really haunted, but it's as good a place as any to begin our series. So will we encounter any paranormal activity, or come face to face with a ghostly apparition? Previous to tonight's investigation, myself and Lee spent a few hours here to see in advance what may be awaiting us in the darkness of Queen Adelaide's grotto. It's now 5:15, it's the 22nd of December, so as you can see it's already pitch black. Weather hasn't been too good, it is pretty cold in this place, but so far really it's pretty calm, to be honest.
It's alright. And it's cold.
Is there anyone other than the two of us in this place with us right now? Is there anyone here? If there's anyone here, is that you?
Yeah, that's me, yeah.
Were you a hunter? Is this where you used to come to shelter from bad weather? Are you associated with Mount Edgecombe House? Or the family that lived there? Could you please make a sound for us? Maybe tapping on a wall, or anything really to let us know that you're here. We'd like to communicate with you. I do notice one thing, and I know this is probably silly, is that every time, I know there's a wind blowing and we got a camera set up over there filming the moon. But every time I start calling out, the camera lens starts banging against the tripod, whereas any other time it doesn't do it. You notice that?
Mm.
I know it's silly because there is a wind blowing through, but it doesn't do it until I start calling out, which is quite strange. Please make a noise. I'm not really feeling anything in this place. It's no different really to how it was in the daylight. It's not particularly spooky. The only thing I can say is early on while we were here, behind me on the wall there, every now and again it did seem out the corner of your eye like there was someone stood there. Now there was kind of a shiny effect on the wall, which as soon as you looked at the wall, that's what you saw. But I couldn't help but feel that there was someone there. Probably was just the light on the wall. But I mean, that's as exciting as it gets, really. You know, this is just a spooky little place, but it's not necessarily haunted. And in my opinion, if this was just somewhere that hunters would come to hide out the rain, or the family from Mount Edgecombe come down just to sit and have lunch or whatever, I very much doubt that the place would be haunted. You know, it's a dark, dingy, cave-like place, but you know, that doesn't necessarily mean that there's ghosts or spirits or that anyone's died here. After an uneventful evening, expectations of catching any paranormal activity on our main investigation were low. However, we proceeded as planned, and were completely unprepared for the surprise that lay in wait for us on an extremely cold and windy night. Okay, is there anyone, aside from the 6 people, the 5 people that are with me, is there anyone else in this building with us? If there is, can you please make yourselves known to us? Either by making a noise, throwing a stone, touching someone. If there's anyone here who would like to communicate with you, please come forward and communicate with us. Maybe you can touch somebody, tap somebody on the shoulder, throw something. Move one of the green lights that are on the floor. No one getting anything apart from cold?
Oh, it's hard to hear anything anyway, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is warmer. Yeah.
Come on, come forward. If there's somebody here, come and speak to us. Tap one of these people on the shoulder. Tap me on the shoulder.
I've heard, you know when wind blows over the top of a bottle?
Yeah.
I've heard that twice, like here, but I don't know if it's because there's cans or something down here. I don't know if it was loud enough to
What was
pick
it like
up.
blowing on a bottle?
You know, yeah, when wind blows over the top of a bottle, and it just, yeah, but lower.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just very, very faint, like round here. Twice. But again.
Okay. Due to the amount of noise created by winds blowing through the tunnels, we decided it would be best to attempt communication with any spirits through glass divination. By placing our fingers lightly upon an upside-down glass, it is said that a spirit can use a person's energy in order to move the glass. Through this method, we are able to ask a spirit yes and no questions only, by first instructing them how they should move the glass for a yes answer, and how they should move the glass for a no answer.
If anyone does think that anyone's pushing at any time, just say...
I'm moving slightly.
I thought it was.
Do you know what? I thought I heard...
Oh, we are.
I'm not being funny, just a minute
Is
ago
it?
I looked at it and it moved twice, but I thought I was seeing things.
It is
Yes.
It's moving already, isn't
Yes.
it? Right. If there's somebody here,
It's really warm.
Yeah.
please can you move the glass on the table?
I've never done this.
We would like to communicate with you. We want to know who you are.
My hand's really hot. It is actually. I'm tingling. My hand feels like it's burning.
We're not here to harm
I'm
you.
still
We're
cold.
just here to communicate with you.
Oh, I'm feeling it warm at the top of my
We're
tip.
moving quite a bit. We are.
Yeah,
Towards our
we're off.
window, we're moving.
Oh, thanks.
Please move the glass around the table for us
Oh my god.
so that we know you're here.
Something's there. I'm sorry. Yeah, right.
Can you please move the glass around the table?
Seriously.
What's wrong?
Something. My shoulder's twitching or something.
So?
Can you move the glass around the table?
Okay, whoever's here, please concentrate on the glass. We want to communicate with you.
It's going.
Thank you. Can you please move the glass into the centre of the table? Okay, we're going to ask you a few questions. Now what I want you to do is move the glass in a circle for yes and move it to the centre of the table for no. If you're a male, please move the glass around the table for yes. Are you a male? Are you a female?
I don't know.
Is it a child?
I don't know.
I don't know. It did move. Slightly.
Is it moving?
Yeah, it's going round.
If you're a boy, can you please move the glass to the centre of the table? Does that sound? Yep. Okay.
No, I'm okay. I'm okay. I'm just freaking out. This is new to me. I'm sorry.
You're alright, don't worry.
It's all right.
you're
Sorry.
right.
Amy, what was you getting just now?
On my shoulder, it was like, you know when you get a twitch?
Yeah.
It's just in the back of my shoulder here.
Okay. What do you think goes on there?
I don't know. I just felt, you know when you say tap someone, I don't know.
Right, well, I was watching on that camera and it did look like it had come over this way a bit and then gone back.
Well, I don't know why it came to me.
Yeah.
Maybe
I
it's
don't
not so
mind.
much of a child that we're imagining, maybe a teenager.
The person that was trying to communicate with us just now, can you please come back and move the glass for us? Don't be afraid. We just want to talk to you. Unfortunately, we can't see you, so we've got to use this glass in order to communicate with you.
With clear movement of the glass, nobody is under any doubt that we have made contact with an unseen visitor. So does this really work? Have we made contact with the other side? Divination is often dismissed by skeptics, including the scientific community, as being mere superstition. Can a spirit really move the glass and communicate with us? Or can this movement be attributed to our own subconscious? As you rejoin us a short time later, we seem to have once again made contact with a spirit person.
Can you move the glass back to the centre of the table? Are you still here with us? I'll just move it back a sec. See if there's still there. No. Ah,
Zoe.
That's so.
sorry. Thank you. Can you move the glass towards me, please? Move the glass in my direction, please. Can you see me? Are you still here? We don't understand what you're trying to tell us. You're going to have to help us to understand you. Move the glass to the centre of the table. Thank you. Can you move the glass towards me, please? Move the glass in my direction. Thank you.
Again.
Okay, can you move the glass back to the centre of the table? Okay, I'm going to ask you a few questions. And what I want you to do is move the glass in a circle around the table for yes. Okay, and move the glass to the centre of the table for no. Do you understand that? Yes? Okay, can you move the glass towards me again, please? Thank you. Okay, are you a male? Yes? Okay. Are you in your 20s? Are you in your 30s? Are you in your 40s? Are you in your 50s? 60s? Are you younger than 20? Are you 70? In your 70s? Are you still here? Thank you. Do you like this person? Do you like the girl that is sat next to me? If you do, move the glass in a circle around the table, please. We don't understand. You need to help us to understand you. Do you know this person? You like this person, don't you? Do you know her? Does she remind you of somebody? Okay. Does she remind you of a sister? Of a friend? Of a girlfriend? Of a wife?
Because you said do you know and do you remind very quickly after each other. Try do you know again.
Okay. Do you know this person? She reminds you of someone, doesn't she? Is that correct? She reminds you of someone that you know. Okay. Who does she remind you of? Does she remind you of someone in your family? Did you like the person that she reminds you of? Okay, thank you. Does she remind you of your daughter?
Oh.
A granddaughter, maybe? Ah, there we go.
There we are. That's better.
Okay. Is she your granddaughter?
Oh my god!
Oh.
Amy's granddad.
I said that earlier. Oh.
Okay, we understand now. Hello.
Are you alright, Amy?
Did you know that we was going to come here tonight? Thank you.
Hi, Pops.
Wow.
Oh my god. There you go. I think he's come to keep an eye on you. Oh, there you go. Just keeping an eye on you. So you don't come to any harm.
Do you think what we're doing is pretty nuts?
Oh my god!
Definitely.
Thank you.
Definitely, yes.
Are we safe doing this though?
Oh god!
Is there anyone else here? What's your granddad's name?
I used to call him Pops,
Yeah, I used to call mine Pops as well.
Okay.
but he's called David.
Definitely responds, doesn't it?
Oh my god.
Okay, David, do you mind doing this with us? Are you happy to communicate with us through the glass? Or happy to communicate with Amy? Thank you. Is there anything you want to ask him?
I don't know. I never thought I'd be put in this position. Was it you that tapped me on the shoulder earlier? I knew it.
David, do you mind helping us with what we're doing here? Do you mind helping us with our investigation? Okay. Are we in danger doing this? David, can you point the glass to where you're stood right now?
He stood next to you.
So had we really been speaking with the spirit of Amy's grandfather? Or had we subconsciously fooled ourselves into believing that we had made contact with the other side? Putting our trust in Amy, she asked questions that only herself and her grandfather David would know the answers to, and also addressed some personal issues, leaving her convinced that it could be nobody else. So with everyone in agreement that what we had done tonight was a success, we pressed on, bringing us to ask a question about a very famous medium, whose name, unfortunately, we cannot reveal for legal reasons.
Because, you know, when I went to see when he was like reading everyone, I thought, if it's as strong as he says it is, then surely he'll pick up on Pops. Were you there that night, Pops?
These are a fraud. Lee, get the camera on me, please. Is a fraud. You heard it here first. Phantom Force. Hey, ratings are going to go right up.
Ending the night in high spirits, we had discovered that the paranormal isn't always as frightening as is made out. So are there really spirits as mischievous and scary as their stories? Only by further investigation will we uncover the truth. But for now, we only have one last thing to ask.
David, would you like to be a part of Phantom Force?
Are you going to join us on our next investigation, Pops?
And so it begins. Our first investigation would seem to be successful. Although we experienced no activity directly related to the tales surrounding the grotto, we instead appeared to receive an unexpected visit from Amy's grandfather David. As much a surprise to Amy, who claims to have never taken part in glass divination before, and with her confirming things that only the two of them would know, we can only assume that what we have witnessed tonight is real. We have no hardcore evidence to show that our results are proof of a spirit presence, let alone Amy's grandfather, but we believe in each other and trust that nobody was pushing the glass during our experiment, and that everyone involved was truthful. If this is only the start of things to come, then our adventure into this paranormal world looks set to be an exciting one. It was a very cold night, a very windy night, and I remember that we was doing the calling out and my face was freezing and I was really struggling to speak.
It was really, really cold, but there was nothing untoward here. It was a beautiful location.
It wasn't very scary at all, it was just dark.
You get the impression that a few ceremonies or something happen there, like monks or something. It's quite an eerie little place. But actually, the feeling I got when I walked in, I wasn't scared at all. Very cold, but no, I wasn't frightened. There wasn't a bad feeling about it, really. It was generally an eerie place in the dark, though.
Probably the first thing that actually happened that night was, I know that Amy had had some sound behind her, which I think we put down to just wind blowing over some cans that we had on the side there. But not long after that, she started to warm up.
It was freezing cold that night, absolutely bitter, but my hand was so hot, and you can feel something pulling down on your hand, and it's a really, really weird experience. Something tapped me on the shoulder, and I was convinced it must have been one of the team, but again, I trusted everyone, so it must have been something else.
She was the first one to actually hear anything, and she had a twitch in her shoulder. And then later on in the night, when she was starting doing the glass divination, she was the first one that had someone come through to her, and it turned out to be Pops.
To have someone come through on the glass for me, that I really wasn't expecting it at all. It was, and the emotion that I experienced, it was quite scary, really, but it was very, very exciting. And that's the first time I've tried glass divination as well. So when it moved, I was pretty impressed, and I was telling myself, no, someone's pushing it, they must be pushing it. But I had trust in everyone there, and I knew that I wasn't pushing it myself. And it's a very weird feeling when it does start moving. There's a force on your hand, and you can definitely feel it and sense something there.
And so Amy asked quite a lot of questions, personal questions, mostly I think family related questions. Now the rest of us didn't really know Amy because she was the new person to this project, and so we had to take her word for it.
The things Pops answered and how he answered was definite proof for me. For him to answer the questions that he did in the manner and the way which he did was very exciting, and I burst into tears, and that's not like me at all. I'm not someone to let something get to me. I'm quite strong usually, but the emotion was overwhelming, and it was comforting as well to know that he's there, and he's someone that I do think about a lot, and to know that he knows I'm thinking is reassuring.
She was happy to believe that this was her granddad, and that only he could have known the answers to these things, because certainly nobody else that was there that night would have known the answers to any of the things that she was asking.
I'm really, really pleased for her, but that's the first time I've ever seen so much happen to one person. I have to 100% trust Amy. Everybody there, you have to trust them.
I believe that she believed, and that was proof enough. It was really good to see, but unfortunately no one else got anything. It was just all seemed to be about Amy.
I think either way, whether it was her granddad or another spirit trying to fool us, I believe we definitely made contact with something. So I think from that point of view, it was a success. I trust in the fact that nobody was pushing the glass that night. I did trust everyone that was there. I certainly wasn't pushing it. I mean, it kind of defeats the whole point of the series if we are doing that.
I was trying to convince myself that someone was, because the thought of something else that you can't see or hear doing something is quite daunting. But now I don't think anyone was pushing it. In fact, I know no one was pushing it. the force, when it's going round in a circle, the force is just, it comes from somewhere else, and you know that, you can feel it for definite. I never felt the urge to push the glass myself. I wanted something to be proven to me. I wanted to experience something, and I wasn't going to jeopardise that experience by pushing the glass. It was a very, very intense, exciting experience for me, and I won't forget it.
Very good investigation, and a great start to our little adventures. In time for our next investigation, Phantom Force decided to invest in a new tool for communicating with the other side. A tool that has been used for many, many years and has several names. Talking board, spirit board, but is most commonly known as a Ouija board. A Ouija board can have differing layouts and can be made from a variety of materials. The board usually consists of the letters of the alphabet, numbers 0 to 9, the words yes and no, and other symbols, to which a planchette or movable indicator points, supposedly in answer to questions from people at a séance. It works in a similar way to glass divination, requiring the fingers of the participants to be placed on the planchette. This then moves about the board to spell out messages from spirits. It is said that the Ouija board is a spiritual gateway used to contact the afterlife. However, the only evidence for this are the various accounts of its users. Many Christians believe that using a Ouija board allows communication with demons, which they say is biblically forbidden as a form of divination. They believe demons are the only spirits capable of being summoned through the Ouija board, and that they are only interested in harming humans. Others believe that the Ouija board can unbalance the mind and drive people insane, or that by using these devices, a person can open themselves up to demonic oppression or possession. It is said that evil spirits can disguise themselves as your loved ones and take over your life. Others, though, believe that the answers to the Ouija come from the unconscious mind of one or all of the participants, and that it is nothing more than a simple toy. Persons of a nervous disposition can be easily frightened when using a Ouija board, and it is suggested that they should therefore avoid them. Testing out our new spirit board for the first time, myself and Zoe spent several hours over several days trying to communicate with the other side. Having had no success, we decided to call on our new friend. David, our Phantom Force member from the other side. If you can hear us, can you come forward and move the disc underneath our fingers in a circle? We're trying to test out a new bit of equipment and we could really do with your help. So David, if you're here, can you use our energy to move this disc in a circle for me? Unfortunately, we were unsuccessful in our attempts to contact Amy's granddad. So were we doing something wrong? Does it require more people around the board in order to make it work? Or could it just be that we have so far been unlucky? Perhaps our next investigation will reveal the answers. Surely we'll get better results if we use it in a bigger, scarier, more haunted location. Our next investigation has us teamed up with paranormal investigators from Pulse TV, a group of like-minded people who share the same interest into the paranormal and other supernatural related subjects. We will be investigating an old fort hidden away in the outskirts of Cornwall, the name of which we are not able to reveal. A place said by locals to be very creepy and very haunted. Joining us on this investigation is medium Joe Willamont, who will attempt to help us contact any of the lost souls said to still be walking in the endless maze of tunnels. As a medium, Joe has the ability to talk to and see the spirits of the dead and allow communication between them and non-mediumistic people.
Got a man in his late 40s. He looks very badly injured. He's got a head injury to this side of his head and he just looks in a right state. One of his legs is virtually broken off, the right leg. He was killed here. I got a young chap as I was walking across the bridge as well that for some reason wasn't inside the fort when he had an accident. He was just outside. I'd have to go and have a look at it to get more, to see what exactly it was.
Can you pick up on any kind of what they're wearing or anything like that? What kind of, is there like a uniform or any kind of clothing?
The first chap, his clothing is too badly ripped and torn.
Right.
I'd say it was military uniform though, to what you'd expect.
Yeah.
I've got a woman here as well, but she's not military, she doesn't belong. For some reason she's here, but she's not military, she don't belong to that at all. She's here for some other reason. I get there's been quite a few accidents here. With munitions and falls and other sorts of accidents. I'd like to go down to the tunnels though. I'm picking up some stuff already from that, so.
With Joe already sensing 3 spirits on the ground floor of the fort, we could only imagine what may be lurking at the bottom of the 90 stone steps leading to miles of underground tunnels. With expectations high, we began our descent into darkness. Would we encounter any of the mischievous spirits we had heard so many tales about? A place so intimidating and scary from the outside surely holds a night of scares and the proof we have all been looking for.
See a man, a young man actually, falling down these steps. It's probably this flight of stairs actually, hitting his head off of that balcony there. I think he would have been killed as well, straight off from just the, I think he must have been running down the stairs and he's fallen and hit his head off of that balcony there and just gone straight away. So we'll get in a minute. Let's go and have a look.
As we reached the bottom, our excitement grew. We were convinced that tonight we would indeed encounter some supernatural activity. We were met by a deathly silence, a surprising calmness, and an endless network of tunnels, some going even further downwards. Showing no fear, we proceeded deeper into the dark heart of the fort.
Doesn't he get rid of them where they would have dropped things down?
Possibly. But the other hand.
Well, look.
Right remote level.
Well, it's showing you. David's got his name on that.
Getting something down there, Joe?
Just thought I saw something. That's
You
all.
get. Sorry?
I thought I saw something.
Did you?
I thought I saw something go across right there.
You're serious?
Joe, we saw something moving.
I don't get an awful lot down here actually.
No?
Not really. Some sort of injury in here, but I don't think the person actually died. I think I can just see blood on that step. Like the metallic taste of it in my mouth as well. But I'm not sure. I'm sure they didn't die though. I think they would have been just taken up to hospital or whatever. Yeah, I think that this place would still be used occasionally, but I just get the impression that it's kind of got built and then got kind of left. Oh, that sounds really random, but left in the way of not actually, like the person who was going to build it was actually expecting some sort of full-on invasion or something, and then it just didn't materialise, so then it was just used for training. I got the feeling when we were upstairs of a man who hid out down here. Like I was saying that I think he might have been military at some point, and he might have been here as a result of that, but I think he came back here and was hiding out down here, didn't like homeless, didn't have anywhere to live. I don't think he actually died here. I think he has passed now, but I think I still get a sense of him in here because I can smell the fusty clothing, and I think he would have been a bit really not just a homeless person, or quite an odd person. Like would have actually scuttled around in the dark, no light, no torch, no candles, no nothing. I think maybe a lot of the accounts of if the locals have heard things here in the past, I think a lot of it may have been actually down to him living here. Especially because it was dark, they wouldn't have seen any lights, they just would have heard all this scuffling.
So had Joe picked up on the cause of the reported disturbances explained by the nearby locals? A man said to once reside in the fort. Would he have come back to this place after his death? Could his spirit still walk the dark tunnels? As we ventured on, the only residents we came into contact with were very much alive.
How cool we that?
Yeah. What?
Oh, it's...
We'll get past it without fire.
Great shot. When he gets taken, we'll just leave him his bait.
Having had no success, we began our climb back up to the surface, but we hadn't gotten far when Joe sensed an unexpected visitor.
There's a man here with us.
There's a man here with us?
Yeah. I don't know, he's kind of hidden in the shadows. I mean, I know we're in the dark, but he's shown himself as a shadow rather than as a person.
Whereabouts he is?
He'd make noises, I think, if you asked him. He's down there, beyond Dave.
Oh, superb.
So was you, Dave.
You'll get it first, Dave.
I'm getting the name Joshua. I don't know if that's right, though.
Is there a man here called Joshua? If there's a man here called Joshua, can you please come forward?
Oh, right, gust of wind come past my nose.
Yeah.
Huge, right here in front of me.
Okay. Joshua, was that you? If that was you, can you do that again to somebody else, please?
Completely gone now. Come here.
You still, what, you getting on now?
No, he's gone. It was really cold right by my face, but it's completely gone now. But it could just be wind.
Joshua, if you're here, can you please make a noise? Yeah. Yeah. Can you please make a noise to let us know that you're here? There is he. Did you hear that?
Yeah, I heard that.
Okay, Joshua, if that was you, could you just do that one more time for us, please?
Confirm it again then.
That's no one here, right?
Nope.
It's not coming from the light there, is it? Still going.
Turn the light up a bit more then.
So I think it's coming from there better than it is echoing, so. Okay, Joshua, if that was you making that noise, can you do something else for us? Can you throw something? Maybe a stone? Can you make that noise again?
It's a bit loud now, isn't it? Better.
Could you make that noise again for us, please? Or do something else to let us know that you're here with us. Is it that?
I think it is. It's still got a man hanging back, but it's not.
So he's still in the same place?
The thing is that the thing's not doing that now, is it? So ask that same question again.
Joshua, if that was you making that noise, could you do it a little bit louder for us? There's a humming, but I think that's coming from outside.
Yeah, it's just somebody that's here. He's just standing back.
Is he watching us?
But not with any great interest.
No.
Yeah. I don't think he's grounded here either. I think this is just somebody who would come in and out. I thought we might have more like upstairs, you know, up in the courtyard.
Still unsure as to whether we had been hearing the disembodied voice of Joshua or the whine of an old gas lantern, we finally reached the surface. But as we arrived in the courtyard, were we alone?
We came up the stairs at the top, and just as we shone the torch over, there was like the nearest I can put it to was, I wouldn't say it was a shadow, it was just black. I got the distinct feeling we were just being watched. You might have noticed I didn't go over there. I didn't like it at all. And regardless of what angle the torch was shining at it, it was still the same. It was like somebody was looking either out the door or out the window. It was a definite something. So I thought it might well have been the torch shining in, reflecting. And as soon as I got closer to it, I just didn't want to know. Not at all, at all. Which is a bit of a worry, really, being a skeptic, apparently.
So were we being watched from the shadows? Or were our minds starting to play tricks in the dark? We decided to attempt communication with any spirits by using our new Ouija board. Having not previously seen the board in action, we hope for better luck this time. Surely we couldn't go wrong in a place said to be crawling with spirits.
Is Joshua still around, Joe?
No, I'm not getting a sense of anything that's immediately here with us at the moment. There's still somebody watching us,
Yeah.
and it's a man, but he's watching us from afar still.
Temperature's just dropped.
I'm getting a marine here.
And the wind speed's just gone up.
Marine.
I'm getting a marine here that has passed in recent, very, very recent times. He passed abroad, but he knows this place. He's here with us. I want to say his name's Michael, but I'm not sure of that. I think he might be the one who's been watching us. I'm sure it would have passed within the last 2 years, actually. He's not local, from Plymouth originally. He's definitely a Marine. I would even put money on that he was that he would have been stationed at Bickley. I'm pretty sure his name's Michael or something, I don't know.
Okay, is there somebody here called Michael? Or somebody that was in the Marines? If there is, please come forward and communicate with us.
I think he would have been killed in the Middle East. Definitely from this, it's definitely from there. It's not from a bit further back like Bosnia or anything like that. It's definitely Middle East, not sure which country though. He's showing me the desert and stuff like that, and I'm seeing some pretty horrible things as well.
Is it Helmand?
I don't know. I'm not sure if his first name's Michael or his second name's Michaels.
Okay.
Michaels. Yes is here, where I am. No is where Joanne is. If there is a spirit person or a spirit energy here that would like to communicate with us or is able to communicate with us, can you move the disc towards me?
I've gone really cold.
We mean you the greatest of respect, we mean you no harm. We're just very interested in communicating with spirit. We would like to show people that there is life after life.
I'm getting
Again, man, every time you ask, the wind speed has gone up from 0.01 to 0.02. It's a small movement.
We continued our attempts to contact the other side through the Ouija board, but had no success. Relocating to another area of the fort, we decided to try communicating through glass divination. Having worked on our last investigation, we hoped for similar results tonight.
Can you try and move this glass? You may be able to do this a lot easier. Can you try and move the glass for us? If there's someone here and wishes to communicate, can you just move the glass? It doesn't matter where you move it. Can you just move the glass for us? Please come forward.
If there's anyone at all in this room, on the outskirts of this room, outside, can you step inside, come and greet us by moving the glass in the middle of the table? Use the energy from the people around the table to move the glass. Are you alone here? Did you train here? Were you in the forces? Did you live here? Is this where you live? Are you happy for us to be here? Would you prefer that we left? Move the glass, use the energy of the people in this room, and move the glass for us. Did you die here? Are you afraid of us?
Our continued attempts carried on into the night, with no success. A huge fort said to be haunted. Miles of dark, damp, underground tunnels. Bats hanging from the ceilings. 2 paranormal teams with high expectations end the night slightly disappointed. Were the tales spoken by the locals simply stories told to scare, or could they have been fooled by the man who was said to once reside in the fort? Had we missed something? Could it be that the spirits were hiding, or simply not interested in communicating with us? Maybe further investigation into this place will reveal the answers. But until then,
First arrival here, the building actually seemed really ominous. To go inside of it, it was a little overwhelming. I was a little apprehensive. But getting in here, I was with a really good group of people, and I wasn't scared at all, which really surprised me because it's absolutely huge.
a very interesting night. The place that we went to look at from the outside is the kind of place where you'd think, hell, there has got to be spirits, ghosts, and all sorts of things in there. It really does look like a creepy place. But as you would have seen on the video, we got very little that night. We found that when we went down into the tunnels, it was actually very calm. Up top in the courtyard was probably a lot creepier than downstairs, which was quite surprising. And we did try the spirit board, and unfortunately had no results with that, which I was quite disappointed in because we haven't actually seen that working yet.
The board not working in a huge place like this, where there should be, if there is any spirit activity or if there is anything in the afterlife, then there should have been plenty going on in the border to get absolutely nothing. Number one, reinforced my trust in the people that I was with, as I knew that absolutely none of them were pushing it because nothing happened. But number two, I suppose I was a little bit bewildered that nothing had happened, because Ouija boards are meant to work, and you hear so many horror stories about them. I expected there to be amazing results. I expected the planchette to be whizzing around the board, and no, there's nothing.
Pulse TV were great to work with. They were very professional. We all got on great, and we had a really good night.
Everybody looked out for each other, both groups. It wasn't one against the other, it was all as one on the night, and hoping to find the truth, whatever that may be.
I think both teams were quite surprised that we never got any activity that night. Jo, the medium that was with us, she did pick up on quite a lot, but nothing ever came forward. Not actually having any results on this investigation, I think, proves that everyone there was being honest, because it would have been so easy for someone to say they felt this or they felt that. I'm guessing that none of the spirits wanted to talk to us that night. Twice we have dared to brave the dark in search of ghosts and spirits, and yet so far we have not encountered any of the mischievous beings or angry souls often reported in stories and shown on television. Could they be awaiting us on further investigations. With the Ouija board producing no results so far, and several more attempts by myself and Zoe also failing, we decided to invite Amy to the home of Bette Collins, in the hope that she would have better luck contacting her grandfather, David. After protecting the group, we decided to begin with glass divination, as it proved so successful in contacting David last time.
David, are you here? If you're here, can you move the glass for us?
Success. It seemed that we had made contact.
Thank you, David. I don't know who you are, but thank you.
Thank you to all our assistant ministry. The knowledge that
Are you an assistant?
that was strong.
We quickly replaced the glass with the Ouija board and confirmed that we were indeed speaking with Amy's grandfather. Previous to this session, Amy told David a word that only the two of them would know. The rest of us had no idea what the word could be. The word yes on the Ouija board is nearest to the lady in black, Bette Collins. The word no is at the opposite end of the board.
Okay, see?
It's Carol, isn't it?
A.
Oh my god.
Don't say don't.
Oh.
R. Okay.
You got no one now.
What's that?
P.
Please spell it out.
Oh god.
Carpet, is that?
Yeah.
No, I know exactly what he's doing. Is that an E?
A, B, C, D, E.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is this the word?
Go on, Pops, you know what to do. Oh my god.
What is it?
He got one letter wrong. I put my cat Casper down on Monday last week, and that's the word I asked him to spell. Oh my god!
Shit.
Wow!
And the spelling continued.
So B. This is all you've got so far.
Okay, next letter. T.
Bet.
Bet.
It's free. There's a message for Bet then.
Is this a message from you, Pops, to Bet?
Yes. What's the message?
What's the message? L. L.
No.
O.
B.
V.
Love.
David, or Pops as he's better known, spelt out the word love, and then continued to spell out the letters C, O, and N, but then seemed to get slightly confused.
Are you trying to spell out somebody's name?
like love continues into the afterlife, or something like that.
Love continues.
Love. No, it's gone back to sea again. Seems really confused. Love conquers all.
Love changes everything.
See.
Yes, there's a CD on the side that's called Love Changes Everything. Right there.
Is that what you... Can you go back to the centre? Is that what you were trying to...
Yes.
We decided to see what else Pops, as a spirit, was capable of. He told us to focus the camera on Amy and wait, for something would happen.
I'm filming Amy. Whatever's going to happen, is it going to happen now? How long do I need to film for?
5 minutes.
We continued our conversation with Pops for just over 5 minutes.
Gran, Mike.
Fuck.
What?
Something made me jump. Sorry. Something made me jump.
That wasn't even in the 5 minutes.
Derek, my heart just jumped into my throat.
Just over 5 minutes.
Oh, I've gone really hot. Wait, give me a second. My hands are sweating.
Is this what I needed to film Amy for?
So had Amy been touched by Pops? After several minutes, we found out the answer.
Fuck.
What?
I don't know. I keep getting twinges in my back.
What cat that was?
I don't know. I think it's this. Can I take this off the back, please? I think I keep touching the poppers and they're cold.
We were unsure whether or not we had witnessed what was predicted to happen by Pops, or whether it was due to Amy clearly being on edge. But with other spirits having apparently joined us, we continued our experiments.
Can you all work together to blow out this candle? Can you tell me yes or no if you think you'd be able to do that? You're unsure, but will you try? Okay. Does that mean you can't blow the candle out?
In the following experiment, we have increased the volume where necessary to make what is captured slightly easier to hear.
Could you please all make some tapping noises for us, as close to us and as loud as possible? Can you do another one for us, please? Can you maybe do it on the table?
The table.
I heard that.
That was on the table. It was underneath the table.
Yeah, I heard that. Can you do it a little bit louder for us, please? Shh, shh. Could you make the banging on the table a little bit louder for us? Can you do that louder for us, please? We can still only just hear it. Can you all work together to make a louder tapping on the table for us?
Oh my god.
Although very quiet, we did seem to be receiving tapping sounds from the table. If the movement of a glass or planchette is, according to skeptics, all in the mind, how could they explain the tiny tapping sounds if not caused by one of us?
David, are you still happy to be a part of Phantom Force?
The night went on, and many questions were asked. But eventually, it seemed that Amy's grandfather, our new Phantom Force member from the other side, Pops, had called it a night.
David, are you still here? Pops, are you still here? Are you having a tea break? Pops, are you here still?
I just feel when we first started, the energy, how I actually felt, because I didn't know what I was going to feel or what was going to happen. You know, I didn't know whether the lights were going to blow off the ceiling or the windows were going to go out or the tables were going to upend. But there was a very, very sort of like calming, gentle atmosphere in the house, in the room then.
On this particular investigation, we actually had the Ouija board working in the sense that spirits were communicating with us through the board. This was the first time that I've ever used one of these boards before, and I have to say it was very interesting. I can't explain it.
Yeah, when it first started moving, I was really excited about it because obviously we'd never seen it, I want to say work, I don't know if that's the right word for it. We'd never had communication through the board before. So yeah, it was pretty spectacular to watch when it first started moving, and I was very excited that if there was a spirit on the other side, that it would actually be able to spell things out for us instead of us trying to second guess it.
I'd rather call it a talking board or a speaking board. It doesn't seem so scary.
Everyone thinks they're bad, you know, never play with a Ouija board. I think film and TV put them across as a negative thing. Something bad's always going to happen, something's always going to stick with you. But for me, the first time was very enlightening.
From a skeptic's point of view, you could say that someone or all the people around the table were pushing the disc on the board. But I have to say that I do trust all the people that were sat around that table, and they'd be pretty stupid to be, you know, pushing it because it defeats the whole point of what we're trying to do. The spelling of Casper on the board by Pops, this was pretty fascinating. I'd actually asked Amy to come up with a word in her head and tell it to Pops, and nobody else. Nobody else knew what the word was going to be, and I asked Amy to get Pops to spell the word out, which he did. He got a couple of letters wrong, but Amy confirmed that that was actually the word that she had said to her granddad.
Something inside me knew that he was going to spell out the word. I'd had it in my head for a while. Casper had just been, my cat had just been put down, so, you know, in my mind they were together, and Pops knew what I was talking about when I was talking to him. And when I was asked to think of a word, I thought that would be perfect.
I thought it was a cartoon character.
I suppose from a skeptic's point of view, even with everyone else not knowing what the word was supposed to be, you know, Amy could have said anything. She could have said, oh yeah, it was my dog or whatever. But again, we all trust Amy, and we trust that the word that was spelt out was the word that she had said to Pops. I was asking for Amy's granddad to bang on the table, and we were knocking on the table. I'm pretty sure that nobody was tapping their feet or anything under the table. Every time I asked, we were getting the taps.
For me, I had to look under the table because it didn't feel right. I thought that, you know, the chair had been accidentally kicked. That's what it sounded like to me.
I wasn't actually sure, to be quite honest with you. First of all, I thought perhaps somebody was using their foot, or it could have been the cats. But in all honesty, it did scare me a little bit.
I didn't really know what to think. Again, it was something new to me. I've not experienced anything like that before, and always in the back of my mind I'm trying to think of a logical explanation. It's a creaky table, you know, someone's pushing the glass, whatever it is, I'm always thinking to myself, no, it must be this. I knew I wasn't doing it, and I knew no one else was doing it, so again, it must have been, it was proof for me, I believed.
Well, firstly, I was really, really excited because it was spelling out the name of the CD, and that was a huge link between me and my granddad, and for Mum, definitely, because she chose that CD to be played, or that song to be played at Granddad's funeral. That would have been a huge sign for our side of the family.
Pop's being a part of Phantom Force, yeah. I asked him if he'd like to be involved in Phantom Force and if he'd help us out on our investigations, and he agreed to at the grotto, and just so happened that he returned again when we went to this investigation, and we actually asked him the same thing again, and again he said yes, he's very much a part of the team. So, you know, if this is real, then we have a member of Phantom Force who's actually on the other side, which is amazing. I've never heard of it happening before, but hey, for now, we'll go with it.
It was an incredible experience. It's reinforced what I actually want to do for myself as a person, to find out who I am and what things are about. I think it's very professional. I go with Phantom Force because I actually do feel like myself, they're aiming for the truth and trying to prove or disprove or what have you, that there is an energy beyond here and now, in the present. I'm waiting for them to invite me out on a nighttime expedition.
Our adventure into the paranormal has begun, and has so far produced some incredible results, but has also left us with many questions. The biggest one of all surrounding Pops. Have we really made contact with Amy's grandfather? Or is one or all of our minds being fooled by our subconscious? Could there be something darker trying to trick us from the other side, such as a demon? Or do we really have a new addition to our team, watching over us from the great beyond? What you have seen in this episode is as it happened. You have experienced the same as ourselves. We have witnessed some pretty amazing and bizarre things. But do we believe we have succeeded in contacting spirit beings? We remain undecided. Maybe the hardcore evidence that we're looking for awaits us on our next investigation. Join us next time as we continue our search for the supernatural. We dare to scare. Do you?
Is there a bad spirit in Alan's house?
He'd been screaming for us all the night.
There was a pirate in the bedroom.
He wrote his will out and gave us his will and left everything to us.
Would it be a good idea to take Carrington with us?
It doesn't want us to come in. You don't like it, do you now? You don't like it. You'll wait for me, I'll be ready. In situations like this, I go in like an elephant in a tea shop.
I'm shaking like mad, I'm freezing.
Alright, you respect the people in this house. I will leave these African voodoo beads in the room.
I'm Carrington. Will you cause me harm?
He literally hates me.